Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. If you enjoy these classes, I do teach live online yoga classes. So you can look at the link below or there's going to be a website above. Feel free to check it out. So this practice is called the third eye chakra flow. This really ties into the whole intuition theme, because that chakra, which is right between the eyebrows, is associated with the intuition. And so it makes sense, right? And the energy from in that chakra, which is our sixth chakra, is feminine, and it's always feminine, female intuition. You describe it that way because that's exactly, it's the energy of feminine energy that ties, that is associated with intuition. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do there's going to be some poses where we place our hands together in our prayer, in our namaste hands, and then we're going to use our knuckles of our thumbs, or about the first knuckle or the second knuckle, and place it on right on that third eye. And you'll be surprised at how calming, just by touching this area right between the eyebrows, the actual touching of it, the acupressure point, how it relaxes the nervous system. So we'll be doing that throughout. I'll be weaving it in. We're going to be doing planks, but not a 2-minute plank as we often do in these classes. I'll be breaking it into 2. So 1 minute each. But I'll take you through to it without you even being aware that you're you'll know you're in the plank, but you'll know you won't have to think or worry about it. So I'll take you in it, we'll hold, and then we'll come out, and then we'll do it again at another point. So we're going to start with sitting. Let's close our eyes. You normally, this point in the week, you often feel kind of a little bit drained. So the work of this class is to bring a little bit more energy, lighten the load a little bit. So the hands will be starting with facing down, so that now we can turn inward again. Just by simply changing the shape of your hands can create different types of internal experiences. So when we spin the palms up, we feel a little bit, and you might now spin the palms up so you can get a sense. All of a sudden, you're more energized, alert. And the act of turning the palms down, you become more introspective. You don't have to feel drained, but you feel more internally centered. When you spin the palms up, there's a little bit more external centering. So you choose which way you want your hands to be today. And then let's gently breathe in and out. Bring yourself to your mind's eye, which is the third eye. So this is they call it the third eye because we have 2 eyes that look outward, bring information inward from the outside world. The third eye is internal. So it's your inner eye. Let's gently open the eyes and reach the arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the hands together into your prayer and hands float down, stopping at your third eye. Touch your second knuckle to that area, to that space, and breathe into it. Intuition, our ability to trust, to know. We just have this inner knowing. And then bring the hands back down, hands back on thighs. And we're going to transition onto our backs. Some abdominals, anaphorist abs, and then we will be doing some bridges. But let's start with a stretch. So we're lightening the load of the body so that we can be more available, we can be more alert, more in the moment. Let's hug your knees into your chest. Let's place the feet flat on the ground. Hands on your rib cage. Take a deep breath into that rib cage. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then bring your hands behind your head. Elbows angle in towards each other. Lift your legs up to a 90-degree shape. Flex the feet, or you can push through the ball mounds of those feet. Activate the feet. Lower back pushes down. Elbows squeeze in towards one another. Holding the breath, take an inhale, let's start again. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Holding the breath, lift your tailbone. Now as you exhale, your elbows twist to the left, up towards the ceiling, and take your right leg and straighten it to about a 45-degree angle. Then inhale, bring that right knee back in, lower the tailbone down, come to the upper part of the shoulders, but keep your head lifted. This is called elbow to knee. This works your oblique muscles. Inhale, holding the breath, lift tailbone. Exhale, twist your elbows towards your right knee, up towards the ceiling. Straighten your left leg. Keep the lift of the tailbone, even if it's almost touching the ground. Inhale, back to center. Just lower tailbone to come to the upper part of the shoulders. Holding the breath, lift tailbone. Exhale, twist those elbows, straighten that right leg. Inhale, back to center, lower tailbone. Holding the breath, lift tailbone. Exhale, twist the elbows towards the right corner. Left leg straightens. Keep lifting that tailbone. So you're working those transverse abdominis muscles, those deep abdominal muscles. And then that's lower head down, hug the knees. So it's only 2 sets, but it's quite intense. For 30 minutes, we can only really get 2 sets in. And then lower the feet to the ground. Knock your knees together. Hands on your rib cage. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Bring your arms, reach them to the sky. Bring the palms together, knuckles of those thumbs to your forehead. Breathing in. Just knowing. This is an amazing thing that we have as humans. Let's release the hands down, heel to those feet. So now the knees are no longer knocking together. Open the feet as wide as the width of the mat. And open the arms out to the sides and rock your knees from side to side. So this is called windshield wipers. So you're just going from side to side. Every time you drop the knees to one side, maybe lift that opposite hip up a little bit more. Flushing out those oblique muscles. One more set. And then come back to center. Walk your feet so they're now hip distance. Walk them in towards your bottom. Touch your heel with the tip of your middle finger. We're going into a flowing bridge, 3 sets, and then we're going to stay up. Arms resting next to your sides. Take a deep breath in, arch the back. As you exhale, press the lower back into the ground and ripple up the spine all the way up, vertebra by vertebra, like a string of pearls. Legs are squeezing as if there's a block between them. Lifting up, once you've lifted up, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, I want you to lower yourself down. Ripple, 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 until finally arching your back. Inhale. And then exhale, press your lower back into the ground. Ease yourself up. As if you have all the time in the world. No rushing. Once you've lifted, take an inhale and exhale, lower yourself down. So you're working your way up and down the back. Inhale, arch, and then exhale. This time you're going to lift up and stay up. So once you're up, roll your shoulders in towards each other. Maybe the hands interlace under you, or grab hold of the edges of your mat. Some of us are not able to get our hands underneath, so don't force it. There's alternatives to this. Press the hands into either the corners of the mat or the edges of the mat, or press the hands into under your back and lift up a little bit higher. Squeeze shoulder blades in so your chest can pop up, not pop. We don't want it to pop. And the legs have an imaginary block between them, and you're feeling those gorgeous glute muscles tightening. Breathing in, and then as you breathe out, unroll those shoulders, release the arms, and then lower yourself back down. Come back into your broken bridge, knees knocked together. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Hug your knees into your chest. Little rocks from side to side. Straighten the legs, reach them towards the ceiling. Take your hands, slide them up the back of your legs until they touch either your calves, your ankles. Maybe some of us, like our big toes, will bind the big toes. And I want you to gently draw those feet towards your face. Lift your tailbone up. The legs don't have to be fully straight. Soften the shoulders down. Chin is slightly tucked. And breathe in. And breathe out. Nice stretch for the backs of those legs. Rehug the knees into the chest. Let's roll all the way up to sitting. So I'm going to turn to look at you. You can stay where you are. Open the feet nice and wide, coming into your wide-legged, getting ready to do your windshield wiper legs. But for right now, place the forearms on the thighs, like a thinker's pose. Just drop your head. Let's inhale, lift back up, and then take the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Slide the heels close in. And then reach the arms up to the sky, or maybe a little further forward. It'll be a little bit more comfortable. Bring the hands together above your head. Float the hands down towards your forehead and pause right there at the third eye, placing that knuckle right there. And then then I want you to bow down towards your feet. So. And just feel that sense of calm, openness. Then release the hands to the ground and stretch a little bit more. Allow the chin to drop, the back to curl. And then gently lift yourself up. Take your hands to the outside of your legs, hug your knees together. So little rocks from side to side. Oh, feels good, right? Open the feet wide again, knees bent. So they're about the width of the mat. And you're going to go from side to side. Bring your hands behind you. Now, if you want a little bit more of a balance, a little bit more of a core strengthener, do it without the hands on the behind you. You'll notice that you'll start probably sliding off of your mat, but you can kind of bring yourself back. So a few times from side to side, you take your one more time, and then to the right. And once you're at the right side, we're coming into 90-90 legs. So the 90-degree front leg and 90-degree back leg. Sit up nice and tall, fingers framing that right leg. Left hand in front of that left thigh. Just taking a moment here, and you will be leaning forward. Don't try and straighten yourself too much, because you just can't. It's not a shape where you can do that. And then I want you to bring your hands forward. Come onto those forearms. If you need blocks or blankets, come onto those. Bring the palms together. And then lift your hands to your forehead. Knuckle to forehead. Breathing deeply, inhale. And press your left hip down as you're in this shape. Third eye. Lightening up the load. Clearing out that space. So you have room to be listening in to your intuition. Come up, back up, and keep the legs as they are. Just walk the arms over to the right. Keep going as far as you can go. We're just in a gentle twist. Take a deep breath in, stretch through the spine, and then I want you to twist from the navel upwards. Not from the middle back, but from the navel. You should feel this gorgeous stretch, twist in the upper back. And then gently come back up. And then let's just go to the other side. 90-90 legs, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in. Then as you breathe out, walk your hands in front of your left shin. Come onto those forearms. Bring the palms together. And bring the hands to your forehead. Touching that third eye. And breathing in. And as you're in this shape, take your right hip and energetically just push it down a little bit. It's not going to go far. And then walk your hands back up. Keep the legs as they are. And you're going to walk your hands over to the left. As far to the left as what's comfortable for you. A twisting 90-90 shape. And then inhale, extend through the spine and gently twist from the navel. And then come forward. Come onto hands and knees. Press up into downward facing dog. Oh, does that feel nice? Just shake your head no, shake your head yes. Do a few little shakes of the hips from side to side. Bend those knees. If you're in the mood for a turbo dog, bend those elbows. Just hover off the ground. I can't get even to the ground, but you'll feel it. You don't have to go very low for this to have an effect. And imagine you have a block between those arms and you're squeezing them, and you should feel the shoulder blades, the upper arms going, yes, I feel this. This is cool. And then re-straighten your arms. Take a little saunter to the front of the mat. Once you're there, come into a forward bend. Open the feet nice and wide as the width of the mat. And let's take a few little sways from side to side. Hands can be on the ground, on your elbows, on your shins, ankles.
Bend the knees so you're swaying from side to side. And then gently coming back to stillness, back to center. And then sitting down into your malasana, your squat. Hands at heart center. And then bow your head to your hands and bring your forehead to those knuckles. So you're actually bowing forward to yourself and also outwardly. But this is an internal moment where you can bow inwardly towards your inner self. You can say the words, I trust you. I'm here. I'm listening. And then release the hands to the ground slowly. Straighten those legs. Heel toe those feet hip distance. Bend those knees and ease yourself all the way up to Tadasana. Reach the arms up to the sky. Stretch the arms up to the sky. Bring the hands downward, stopping at your third eye just for a moment. Breathing in, and then as you breathe out, let it float to your heart. The chakra of love and compassion. Standing up nice and tall, take an inhale, reach arms up to the sky, sit down into your chair. Pausing here. Breathing in, you can bring your hands to your heart. So getting a nice stretch and strengthen here. We always feel like, wow, what's going on? It's not, the chair never, to me, gets that easy. Forward fold, straightening those legs. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Now inhale into plank. And you're going to pause in plank. You could do this, the straight arm plank, or you can feel free to come onto forearms if you'd like. I think I'm going to do a forearms for this one. And just pause 1 minute. Just letting the breath flow in and out. You can always have the knees down. And in these moments, and then lower the knees down, come onto your bellies. And all the way down to the ground. Bring your hands behind you, interlace them, roll the shoulders in, just like we did when we were on our backs in a bridge. Squeeze legs together, lift legs, lift forehead, lift chest, and lift hands. Breathing in, maybe touching the palms together, and breathing out. And then lower back down. Just take a moment here with the forehead on the ground, hands reaching in front of you with palms together, or place your forehead on the hands. Then slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Lift back up. Come into your plank. Just pause here for a moment. Another minute. Either on forearms or on straight arms. And just let the breath flow easily, powerfully. Just strengthening our bodies, getting our bodies prepared for the day. Freed up. Get rid of as much negative, heavy energy as you can. And yes, it will accumulate again. But maybe it'll be, but you're not putting it on top of already heavy energy, right? At least it's cleared. And then let's press up, downward facing dog. Just shake your head no, shake your head yes. Come onto knees, onto the right hip and swing your legs forward. Take your right foot inside your left thigh. I'll face you so you can see what it looks like. And then fold over your left leg. So there's a tiny little twist here, which feels good after planks. And then gently lift yourself back up. And let's just straighten the right leg, take your left foot inside your right thigh, and then gently fold over that right leg. And then let's gently lift ourselves up, swing our legs, straighten both legs. If they're not pointing toward the front of the mat, bring them to the front. Let's ease ourselves onto our backs. Stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs. Get a nice opening of the lower back. Hug your knees into your chest. Let the knees drop to the left. You can either keep your arms out to the sides or circle the arms around your head, turn and gaze to the right. So something that I feel like I really learned from this series on intuition, the one that stood out the most was the spiritual intuition. And the whole idea of yoga kind of lightening our bodies up, getting rid of some of the clutter. Inhale, pick your knees back up, give yourself a hug. And then drop the knees to the right, circle your head with those hands, turn and gaze to the left. And then hug your knees into your chest and then take your right foot to the right corner, left to the left. Just let yourself settle into your Shavasana. How good this feels. So stay where you are for another few minutes. Unless you're ready to come up. The beauty of online yoga is that you can stay as long as you like. You can also, if you're ready, if you have something you have to attend to, then you can come up, obviously. You probably could leave at any point, right?
Uh, but I hope you don't. I hope you do a whole class and so that you get the benefit of everything. And the cherry on the top is the Shavasana. As I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. Just a reminder that I do teach live online yoga classes, so feel free to check the website above, link below. And also, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and any comments below would be greatly appreciated. Namaste, everyone.